In a few weeks, we will be enjoying and welcoming thousands of folks into Mason County and Shelton for the Forest Festival. 73 years of Mason County Forest Festival. This year's theme is Forests of the Future. And one of the main big deals during Forest Fest is always the logging show. I'm happy to have in studio with me this morning to talk a little bit more about this. Mick Sprofsky, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
Doing really good.
Good to see you here again as we're talking the Western Professional Qualifier for the Steel Timber Sports Series. And this is a big event and one of the biggest and best attended events of this type in the country. Isn't that right?
Yes, it is. We hear that every year from the folks at Steel that we have the best attended event that they go to nationally, and that one of the primary people is their lead judge, and he attends all the qualifiers and then the national championships.
Wow, national championships this year, July 28th through the 30th in Milwaukee. So some 4 folks out of 8 big competitors will move on to there. Talk to me a little bit about this for someone who's never been. It's down at Loop Field just after the parade. And what do you see at these types of things?
Well, the show will start at 1 o'clock. There'll be some pre-show where we'll have some log rolling potentially. You'll get to see the speed climbing, climbers warming up potentially, axe throwing, and then the main events, the ones that the guys are competing for to move on to U.S. championships, then hopefully on to the World Championships. They're going to be going through the following events, which is a standing block chop, the underhand chop, single buck, that's a sawing competition, springboard chop, that's where they go in and chop a notch from the ground and notch in a set for their springboard, and then move to that board and make another notch and set, and then get to the top to where they're chopping that block on top. Then we've got a stock chainsaw event, and then the hot saw, and the hot saw is that's the souped up.
Like a turbo engine out there.
That's like typically they're 2-stroke dirt bike engines or snowmobile engines.
Oh my gosh, those things cut through that like butter.
They do.
Have you ever done any of these?
I have not.
I've always seen the springboard one is always amazing to me because too. You go out walking in the woods around here and you see on old tree stumps where springboards used to be, and now you're watching these competitors. And they get just a couple of chops in there, and it is enough to wedge that springboard in and then stand on there, and they're still their whole might behind them.
Yeah, it's pretty spooky, actually.
It is something else. It is a fun, a few-hour event, and it's at Loop Field, where we were just talking off the air. That's where Forest Festival kind of all got started, at Loop Field. It's a great reflection and spotlight on the timber industry, which is, of course, all that Forest Festival is about. Over the years, it does seem to get bigger and bigger as folks keep coming down and keep watching these things. What do you hear from the crowds when you're out there?
We hear a lot of support, a lot of excitement. In the off season, we hear a lot of people's like, "Oh wow, I just heard about this, and we're going to make sure we're going to be there next year." I hear that. We advertise throughout the 4-county area, but we're hearing it's down in Lewis County, over in Pierce County. So when they hear somebody mention Forest, isn't that where the steel logging show is at?
Nice,
so
nice.
It's nice to have that recognition.
You catch these events too sometimes on the main sports channels like ESPN and things like that, and whenever I am flipping through and I see it, I'll stop and just watch. Just amazing, some of these world-class athletes, and these world-class athletes are the same ones that are going to be coming into Shelton. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Man, so good stuff. So talk to me about, so we said there's 8 main competitors looking to move on till Milwaukee, and then there are kind of, I don't want to distract at all, but it's like side competitions in between the main ones, and that's where the log rolling is, and that's the one, which one is that?
Log rolling, we've got technically it's called burling. So we've got the burling pond set up in the front of the field there, and we've got the 2 competitors, and it's both. We'll do Jack and Jills, or it'll be 2 gals or just 2 guys, and they get in there and they get on that log, and the Whole idea is to knock your competitor off that log by spinning, not by pushing, just by spinning that log and maintaining your balance.
Oh my gosh, I just can't even. That is a thing to watch. You ever hear people in the crowd? I could do that.
I have, yeah.
I could do that. That's nothing. I've been doing that for years.
Yeah, we hear it too with the some of the stock saw competitions, and I could do that. We can beat those guys, and we've tried a few people out to give them a chance at it. So.
And they, of course, can't.
Yeah, it's.
This is free, right?
It is free.
Free for people to come down and watch.
Free family fun.
It really is. All part of a Forest Festival weekend, and it is just after the parade on Saturday, about 1 o'clock, so it's a perfect time as you get wrapped up seeing the Paul Bunyan Parade to walk over to Loop Field. And really, it does fill up quick, but there's not really a bad seat. I mean, you can see a lot of the action because the stages are often elevated. The guys are climbing up logs as well, guys and gals climbing up logs, so there's not really a bad seat around there.
Correct. No, the way we have the bleachers set up and we have infield seating, I don't think there's a bad seat in the house.
You can find out more at masoncountyforestfestival.org and then click the logging show tab that you can see there. It's the Western Professional Qualifier for the Steel Timber Sports Series right here in Shelton for Forest Festival weekend. And check out that series and schedule of events. Mick Sprofsky in talking about this. Thanks for coming in and reminding us about it. We'll make sure we keep letting people know that it's coming up.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you guys for your support.
Oh, we love it. We love it. And we love Forest Festival.